I know it's the first session of the morning. We need to be excited about it because this is not about technology. This is about how you can take your technology to another level. So that is this session is going to do for you. I'm going to show a small video to you, and the whole session will revolve around that video. It's a simple video about a beggar, but let's look at this beautiful video objectively from your business perspective. This guy is into business, and he is sitting there and doing business, and he has an elevator pitch. I am blind, please help. Am I right? He is elevator pitch, but nobody is giving him business. He is sitting there, but nobody is giving him business. So what he does, from I am blind, please help, he hires a consultant. And the consultant comes and changes the elevator pitch. And the elevator pitch is now, it's a beautiful day and I can't see it. On the same day, there is an exponential growth in his business. Am I right? Yeah. Now, the question is how this has happened. And how, if you change your elevator pitch, if your business teams can change their elevator pitch, how your organization can create magic in this world of product development, IT staffing, or whatever you're doing. Even you are in finance business, whatever business you are, because stories create magic. Stories connect. Stories make people care. Stories make people empathize. Because stories has so much of power that you have no idea. But unfortunately, most of the time, we are here. We say, I am doing an IT staffing business. I am a product developer. I'm a coder. I work for this company. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. Who cares about I? I is the most dangerous word in this world. Which is the most powerful word in the world? You. You. When you talk about you, when I talk about you, you will be happy. When I talk about myself, you will not be happy. Who cares about you? Everybody in the world, your clients, your vendors, your businessmen, your partners, everybody cares about themselves. What are you giving them to them? You can talk about your organization 10,000 words, but if you talk one word about them, they will be on top of the world. So let's break down and dissect this story from your business perspective. Now, the most important part in your life is, it's not what you say, it's how you say. Even if I say, good morning to Mr. Joshi, I can say, good morning. This is also, a lot of people come and say, they give even one single hand, a single finger. And many times they say, hey, Mr. Joshi, good morning. It's not what you say, it's how you say. Recently, there's a very famous advertisement of Cadbury, which was an old advertisement where the girl is sitting in the crowd and the man hits a sixer and she jumps inside the ground and comes and starts dancing. Have you seen that ad? Yes. Now it has changed. Now it has changed, but in that whole ad, in both the ads, here now the girl is hitting sixer and that guy sitting in the crowd jumps out and starts dancing. Have you seen that ad? Yes. Yeah. Now what happens? In the whole ad, they are not talking about buy Cadbury, eat Cadbury, or do something with Cadbury. There is a simple line out there. And when we see that ad, we go out and buy Cadbury. The message is, the call of action is not obvious. It is very, very hidden, subtle. And most of the advertisements in this world is all about that. You know this guy? Richard Branson. He says, I've been fascinated by the intersection of storytelling and the entrepreneurs. Now why? Why today Facebook is hiring somebody who is not chief executive officer, he is chief storyteller? Why Amazon is hiring a chief storyteller? Why you guys may be comes under the small and medium-sized business. Even if you don't have a chief financial officer, who is doing the finance? You are doing the finance. Or maybe there is an accountant doing the finance. Somebody is doing it. Similarly, if you can't hire a chief storyteller, you can be storyteller. You can tell stories of your business and take business to another level. Because stories, as I said, make people care. Stories impact. Now, why do you need stories in business? It's very important to understand why we need stories, where are going to stories come from, and how we're going to craft these stories. Stories elicits emotions. How many of you ever cried watching a movie? A lot of people are raising hands. Am I right? And how many of you, while watching the movie, going to washroom, and stopped yourself at the door and watching that scene? You know what that scene is called? That is called bathroom blockers. Storytellers call this particular scene where they don't want you to move outside, bathroom blockers. Imagine when your pitch is happening in a seminar, you are making a presentation. Are you creating those bathroom blockers so that people are not on their mobile phones and watching your presentations? I've seen thousands of presentations in corporate world having so many slides out there, so much of data out there. We are inundated with data. We have so much of information. Nobody wants that information. People want to connect with you. People want, why? Try to understand how decisions are made in life, how vendors will make decisions to work with you, how partners will make decisions to work with you, how you make decisions when you are talking to hiring a candidate or a CEO. If a guy who is the same qualification, same experience, same passion, whom should I hire? People make decisions on the basis of emotions. Emotion is always a predominant element while we make decisions. When emotions comes into data, I'm not saying data is not important. I'm not saying information is not important. But the marriage of emotions and data, we have a right brain, we have a left brain. Left brain always talks about logical part of it. We get information and we start comparing that information with the information that we know. Whereas right brain allow us to imagine, allow us to feel, and then we start making those decisions. And I'm sure you must have seen the 3 Idiot movie. In that 3 Idiot movie, there's a scene of interview. And we can see the decision in that interview is made by emotions. Am I right? I'll give you an example out here. Do you know this guy? How many of you? Who is this? Jack Ma. And the other guy? Come on. You all are people who are going to have a startup cube here. Biggest founder of SoftBank, who have funded big projects of Jack Ma. Masayoshi. And in 1999, and you can go on YouTube and watch his interview. Go, and I must watch this interview so that you understand what kind of pitches people are looking for. If somebody is sitting here, I'm going to participate in the Startup Cube tomorrow. And understand this part, very important. Now, this guy was asked, you gave Jack Ma $20 million. Why? In 1999. And this is exactly Masayoshi said in the interview. He said Jack Ma had no business plan. Jack Ma has no data, no presentation. But the way he spoke, his eyes were speaking. His posture was so confident. And I gave him $20 million. And 3 years, that was $60 billion. $60 billion. No business plan, nothing there, but $20 million funding was given to Jack Ma, and it totally changed. This guy, smart guy, he understands the power of storytelling. This guy, smart guy, he understands the power of telling stories. So this is one of the best investment ever made by any company in business. From 20 million to 60 plus billion dollars in 3 years. That is the power of storytelling. There are many examples. You go out and pick up examples of stories. People are making money with stories. You need to understand why I'm talking about stories. If you look at the video of the beggar, he has basically, people got emotionally connected with him. When the message was, the day is beautiful and I cannot see. And that's why he started getting money. Second thing is commonality connects. When I talk about 3 idiots, everybody started nodding heads. Am I right? Why I'm talking about commonality connects? Because when you start your presentation or story with some common grounds, where everybody can connect, people immediately get into the buying process. They are listening to you. They are listening to you. They are saying that, yes, now this guy is going to talk something intelligent. For example, as soon as he said, it's a beautiful day, everybody say, yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Am I right? And everybody connected. But whereas he said, I'm blind, who cares? I versus it's a beautiful day. So when you are, again, a message is, when you are talking, giving an elevator pitch, giving a presentation, talking to even one-to-one conversation, you have to build that connect with some common thread. That is between me and you. Commonality connects. This is very, very important. Most of the time I see businesses talk about, I am this, as I said, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. Stop using word I. I have a mentor, and I remember, long back I wrote a speech. And he sent me that speech back. He said, Deepak, I have removed 70 I's from your speech. I said, what? There were 70 I's in my speech? He said, now there are 62 U's in your speech. It's all about I versus you. It's a very small thing, but it's for your benefit. It's for empowering you, empowering your clients, your audience. When you talk about you, magic happens. There's a small book by Les Gablin, if you can pick up that book, called Skill with People, and best book for any businessman. It can be read in 15 minutes. It's a very small book, Skill with People by Les Gablin. I still remember this one line in then. He said, kiss them and then kick them. Kick them. So literally it doesn't mean kick them. He said it's important for you to kiss. Again, not literally. The person whom you are communicating with means connect with that person and then move forward. Let's understand the third part, contrast. Contrast makes all the difference. Contrast makes all the difference. Now what is contrast? With this one message, I am blind, I cannot see, the day is beautiful. It's a beautiful day and I can't see it. Yes, thank you so much. He changed the people's sympathy to empathy. We always like contrast, black, white, long, short, day, night. Am I right? Similarly, when you're talking to your client, you're talking about, today, if I'm launching a product, I'm a solution provider. Why I'm launching this product? Because you are here. But my product is going to take you here. That is why what you're doing, you are creating a new world for them. You're creating a new world for whom? For your client. Now, by bringing in that contrast, you want to make them citizen of this world. Why they will become citizen of this world? Because you are showing them that there is a problem and I have a solution. Today you are doing this, but tomorrow you will be able to do this. Showing this contrast, showing that face where you are and where you can be is very, very important, my friends. If we are not able to show contrast in storytelling or in your elevator pitch or in your business presentation, they will not even know where they are. They will not even know where they are going. It's a very simple process. Contrast is very important. And the last and most important part is stories build authenticity. Now, I'm not saying that you don't tell the truth. You have to tell the truth. You have to talk about data. You have to talk about information. But the beautiful part of the story is, stories is well-told truth. For example, he said, I'm blind. It's truth. It's a fact. But when he says, the day is beautiful, but I can't see it, it is also fact. He's not saying lie. But he is changing that fact and figures to a well-told truth. He has been authentic. You cannot be fake. You cannot say, okay, I have to tell a story. I'll pick up a story from a book and go and tell. No. They will get to know. Your client will get to know that it is not right. It is not right. So you have to tell stories from your business. How do you craft that story? That is very important. How do you put that stories together? That is very important. And we're going to talk about it. So these are the 4 things that we have looked at from that beggar story. What is the first one? No. One was commonality connects. Okay? Pardon? Contrast. What else?
It's not what you say.
It's not what you say, how you say it. And this was his authenticity. Where are your stories? Now this is very important. Where are your stories? Tell me. Where are your stories? A lot of people come and ask me, I don't have any story. Where are your stories? Anybody? Raise your hand and speak out.
Daily experience.
With our clients.
With the clients, absolutely. Daily experiences. What else? Stories are not only to be told to your clients. Stories are, as a leader, you have to talk to your... Now, I'll give you an example. Many years back, I was doing a performance evaluation of a guy who was a very intelligent guy in my office. And he knows that he is intelligent. He knows that he knows everything. And he walks into the room like this. I know mera performance appraisal hai. And he walks into the room like this and sits in front of me. Okay, good. I know he's done a good job. Then I told him a story. Story of most of you can relate to. 2 guys walks into the cricket match together. And one remained, other left cricket. You know whom I'm talking about? Yes. Sachin and Vinod Kambli. Huh? Second guy had best average in the first 5 years, but had a very terrible attitude. Whereas, why some other guy became god of cricket? Only because of his attitude. Only because of his attitude. So attitude is very, very important. So what I'm giving, you cannot, not only have to tell stories to your client, you can tell stories to your employees. As a leader, you should. Leaders are the storytellers. If you are CEO of the company, you have to be a storyteller. No doubt about it. Because you don't know when you need stories at what time. So where are your stories? Your stories are here. What is this? Any idea? What is this? Come on, I'm not asking a rocket science question. This is deer, simple. What deer it is, this may be a rocket science question.
The one Sita saw.
Pardon?
The one Sita Devi saw.
Okay, this is called musk deer. This is called musk deer. Now, musk deer is a deer that has a smell under his nose. You know? Smell. And he keeps on looking for that smell all over the world. All over the world, the smell is. Similarly, our smell, our stories are under our nose. And we keep on looking for stories all around. We go to Google for stories. We look for a book for stories. No. As leaders, the one thing you can do is, today, commit to yourself. If you really want to take your business to the next level, create a story file. Create a story file. Any incident that happened in your life, I'm sure in the last 1.5 years, a lot of incidents would have happened. Now tell me, is there anybody here who came to US and said, my story is, I came to US, I got best job of my life. Then I thought one day I leave my business. I leave my job and start my business. First year, I had 50 employees on my IT staffing company. Anybody here like that? Second year, I had 200 employees. I'm sure nobody is like that. Nobody's story, there's no stories are like those simple stories. Stories are always little bit ups, down, and that's the real story. So if you are, let's say you are talking to your employees or in any organization, these are the stories should be there in your story file. Yes. So it's very, very important. The story stages of life. Go to your stages of life from your childhood, from your college time, when you came to US. Now, there are stories all around. There are stories all around. And before you sleep every night, let me give you a trick. Ask yourself, frustrations, flaws, failures, your first. Frustrations, flaws, failures, and your first. These are the story. You can pick up your frustrations, your flaws, your failures, and your first. How to craft. Finally, this is the 7 C's model of storytelling. I'm not going to go detail into it. I'm going to pick up 4 C's out of this for you guys. And these are circumstances, characters, conflict, and cure. What is conflict? Circumstances is when I came to US. That is the circumstances. Characters, I met Amar. Characters. Okay? Amar said, you can't do anything in this country. Conflict. Okay? And then Murli came and gave me a solution. Cure. I'm just giving you an example. It could be, so there is no story without conflict. It's very important. Conflict, every story has a conflict. Find your conflict. So use this model to talk about your stories. It's very, very important. Now, we have, I think, last 5 minutes. Any questions at this point of time before I close with a small 30-second video?
We tell a story to our clients and then to our employees. But the bigger picture is what story you tell yourself in the mind. Your own self-story, your self-talk. Isn't that very important from where all these stories are derived?
So that's why I said, sir, it is very important not only telling stories to yourself, but also writing those in your story file. Because once you write that story file, you have a lot of data to pick up from here. Okay, now, call to action. Is it necessary? Let's understand from this last video. Write down in your diary or paper if you know which ad it is. The show must go on. There is no message, call to action in this story, but the message is obvious that whenever you have to buy anything, Amazon.com. So call to action is not there. He's showing a torch, but it's not about buying a torch. That's how powerful stories are. Go. Every single person have a story. Your stories are very powerful. Your stories are very impactful. Don't hide it within you. Go and tell to the world, because your stories can make a difference in somebody's life. Thank you so much.